It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Steve.
I can tell you where you're looking. Wrong. Very cold. Maybe angle your eyes down a bit.
Cheers. Get her a cell phone stand. Did you get her a coaster?
Kyle.
You could say I was mean to her.
Is it because you were the rival companies?
For a while, I would refer to our friend Mark Calhoun,
Oh boy.
and he was saved in my phone as Breadstick,
Breadstick.
because I told him nothing could be more plain than you.
Live on tape from APS 3 point whatever, it's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Thank you, Melissa. Once again, the incomparable Melissa Vaughn. I think she'd be flattered if she knew how much we talked about her.
Yeah, I don't think her family talks about her as much as we do.
I don't know why you feel as though you have the expertise to say that, make that statement, but...
No. Melissa Vaughn's family, not a fan. Wanted her to become a dentist, psychologist, which is what she went to college for.
Uh-huh.
Ended up finding a weird section on the internet who got their rocks off to her English voice.
Yeah.
Decided she could be voiceover.
Yeah.
Families disowned her because, again, previous people getting their rocks off to her voice. And she's now moderately successful. Selling her voice by the word.
What did she make off of us? Like $40?
Yeah. It was something that, in the scheme of things, how much we've used her and used her for content is nothing.
Yeah, we use it all the time.
Steve, I don't want to get too far today.
I know, we have so much.
I know. This
shockingly,
it's a problem.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things up on our little on the Tron.
Yeah, stay tuned for later this episode, the return of a classic Steve and Kyle bit. Get to that later on this episode. But I need to ask because
if you want to get to that, just fast forward to 48:14.
That's right, and we'll update that accordingly. Mm-hmm. But I know there's people who are tuning in, waiting to hear your thoughts. I want to make sure, that for the second week in a row, you didn't leave our dedicated listeners high and dry. Will there be a patented Steve 1-minute Marvel movie review coming up? Hey,
absolutely!
It was made time for Thor Ragnarok.
I made time for Thor Ragnarok. I finished the movie about 8 hours ago.
Oh God!
By the way, it is Sunday, May 22nd, 2022, the year of our Lord, the Steve and Kyle podcast. It's 10:13. I finished that movie somewhere between 1 and 2 a.m.
I can't. When was the last time outside of a wedding you stayed up?
It's
until 1 or 2 a.m.
It's been a minute. And it's because I had a late night last night.
Oh, party animal Steve at it again?
That's right. I was out in the lab working on the Manchi.
Oh, no.
The Manchi has seen a surprising amount of attention this last week.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been out there in quite some time.
Yeah. And I'm, no offense, but you are not allowed out there at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been this way for about 6 months now.
Yeah.
To where something's going on out there that's all fishy.
Motivation has struck, especially in the last week, and it got the itch, and I went out there, and I've been tinkering.
Yeah.
Talked to a buddy of mine, my buddy Ben, earlier in the week, and I was like, we got to get some stuff done, because we were doing really well, like working on Friday nights. We had decided, like, all right, one Friday night, he'd come over to my house, we'd work on the Comanche. Next Friday night, go over to his house for a couple hours, work on his truck. And it was going really well for a couple months. And then there was a bunch of stuff that happened. He couldn't do stuff for a few weeks. I couldn't. So last night was a big reunion.
Hey.
And progress was made.
Wow.
Yeah. Because so all throughout the week, I was anticipating, like, all right, Ben's coming over on Saturday. Like, I can't make it look like I've done absolutely nothing, which is the actual case.
So did you go like vacuum the floor?
No, it was just
metal shards.
I had this list of like 15 things that individually took about 3 minutes apiece, and I went through. It was like tighten this bolt. Zzz, 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 zzz.
Nailed it.
Done. And I go up to my whiteboard, cross it off the list as if I had achieved some big thing. So a lot was accomplished last night. Dare I say a milestone?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did it turn on or?
It started.
Oh, wow. It's
ran.
been so long. I didn't even know if there was a motor.
There is
in there.
There is a motor. But do you remember what I said to you when you first walked in the door?
I don't.
Got here? I said, apologies if it smells like gasoline.
Oh,
or
right. Yes.
If I smell like gasoline.
Right. And I didn't.
Okay.
But yeah, you did forewarn me that the odor of unleaded may permeate.
Well, turns out when you don't run a vehicle for approximately 2 years, a lot of the rubber seals and O-rings on the fuel lines, they kind of dry up and deteriorate. So when you do get it running, there is gasoline spraying out of nearly every possible place.
Well, I think the problem is you went with the O-ring. Obviously, we're supposed to go with the Q ring.
The Q ring, yeah,
with a little hook on the
little
end.
dash. Very, very specific fitting.
I don't want to judge or say anything out of line here, but the O-ring's kind of for idiots.
Is the O-ring for idiots?
The O-ring is for idiots.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'll be on the poll because, you've got to feel silly in hindsight now finding out today of all days, from me, of all people, that you've been using the wrong part like a real...
Big dummy.
Yeah, like a real jackass.
Big stooge right here.
On this Comanche that you've been working on, coming up on 2 full years now.
Dare I say, well, there was a point last night where we were planning the inaugural drive around the block, and it nearly happened.
Wow.
Nearly. If we had not been stumped for about a half hour on something we were having an issue with,
sure,
I think the Manchi would have driven around the neighborhood last night.
Oh, wow.
No seat in it.
Oh, okay. So meaningless.
Then. No headlights. Literally, I started the thing sitting on a bucket in the seat. Or in the spot where the seat should be.
Yeah.
But we were going to go for a ride around the neighborhood. A little zip around the neighborhood. No taillights hooked up. Just a wire just draped across the top of the truck.
I thought you were about to say, your buddy's going to have to follow you holding a wire to keep something connected,
Pretty much. I would have had to either do that or, duct tape it to the side of the truck to make sure it didn't fall off.
If it touches the ground, it'll all catch on fire. So you got to make sure you hold on to that thing really good.
There were some flames, briefly.
This project, and I was about to say this project has quickly turned into not worth it.
No,
but
slowly.
There's been nothing quick about it.
It slowly turned into not worth it.
And again, taste change. Because, so I am still holding on to that small lottery ticket, Steve, that pick 4 from the local Gas and Go.
Uh-huh.
That says it's going to be done, and then you're going to realize you actually hate it.
I'll tell you what, the last week has completely renewed my love for this thing.
Okay.
Now I walk through the garage and I don't ignore it.
Yeah.
Kind of like blinders on. I don't see that thing over there. Now I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
This has been
I love it.
What, 5 years of pretty consistent vehicle rehabilitation for you?
Yeah, since I
maybe longer. The Murder Jeep was longer.
Murder Jeep was 2018, beginning of 2018.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. That was my
your first foray, right?
My wedding gift to myself.
Right. Yep.
I called Annette when she was at work, and I was like,
I think I'm going to do this.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I just did something.
Oh no.
Because I had briefly talked to her about, hey, I think I want to buy a salvage vehicle and rebuild it.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, yeah, maybe that's something that we should talk about. And then 2 days later, I was just dicking around on the auction website. And I don't know, have you ever been part of, have you bid on stuff on eBay before?
Of course.
Of course. But what do you do when the auction is down to the last couple minutes?
You're staring at it.
You're refreshing. And the chemicals get into your brain where you're like, I need to win this. No matter what, I need to win. So no matter what your limit is, because say you're bidding on a comic book or something that you really like, and you've set that arbitrary number, like I'm not bidding more than
I won't do it.
$150.
I can't justify it, whatever it is.
But then it gets to $149.55 and there's 8 seconds left, and you're like, I know that somebody's going to jump in there, so maybe I'll up mine to
160.
160.
Yeah.
But not more than 165, except 170.
It's the full self-justification.
Yeah.
That, I won't find a deal like this again, and this is the one I want.
This is the only time in my life that this will happen, that this will present itself to me.
Yeah. So it's safe to say that the murder Jeep was around $150 to $200?
Yes. Sure was.
And they shipped her up here pro bono?
Yeah, $10.
$10?
Extra $10.
Yeah, like priority shipping. Threw it in a flat rate box.
Put it in a box.
Weigh it by the pound.
So this, so that was a fun call to Annette saying like, I think I accidentally won this Jeep. And she said, oh, you want to win this Jeep? And I said,
oh, no. Then you have to clarify because you already said it once. Yeah. So you've built up the nerve, the gall that you're like, okay, I'm going to unleash it. Yeah. I've prepared. Blah! I think I won it. And then she mishears it. You want to win it? You want to win it? Dang it. Okay, so then you got to go back to the drawing board.
Like, I only rehearsed this one time.
So then you go back, you're explaining it. Well, no, it's this one, and it's got this part and 3 wheels and blood stains that might be Kool-Aid, but we're all pretty sure they're blood stains.
Right, that's when I go into justification mode. Like, it's got leather seats.
Yeah. Do you know how hard the JK from this year is to find with the black and gray leather? Even if it is tinted with the blood of the innocents.
It still has like a bloody baby seat in the back.
That's right. A loose digit on the floorboard.
So yeah, that was, then came the long pause, like to the point where I was like, you still there?
Because it's not a small purchase.
No.
Even with a salvage murder Jeep vehicle from 12 states away, that's not a cheap purchase.
No. I mean, and at that point, I had no idea what I was getting into. Mm-hmm. I had never done this before. And in hindsight, everything worked out pretty well. Now with the Comanche, obviously much different, much lower price.
Oh, piece of crap. Just throw it on a flatbed or the back of your truck. Even if it doesn't have back wheels, just kind of tilt it up, like just hook it on the back and just drag it by the body.
A couple toe straps.
That's right.
It'll be fine. So it's been a long-term project. But yeah, last night, big night. But now the entire garage, part of the kitchen, part of the living room reek like gasoline. So once we're done recording, I'm going to go out. It's going to emerge from the garage for the first time in, actually I had it out of the garage like last summer. So
you're finally going to let it
set breathe.
Its sights on the world again.
I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to drag my power washer out. I'm going to power wash my garage.
Just to get the smell of gas.
Open the window, open the doors, just kind of get some fresh air flowing through there.
Yeah.
Maybe power wash the actual Comanche itself, under the hood, to get the stench out of it.
Yeah.
And let it dry out there, and then roll it back in and continue work on it. I got a small checklist of things I'm going to do to it today.
Right.
It's going to be. I can't wait till that day when I roll up to your house, unannounced, completely unannounced. Now, if I roll up to your house and you're in the middle of work, can you is it possible for you to be like, hey, I gotta step away for a minute?
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, we're just gonna zip around the block a few times.
I'm just not going to.
Don't remember that being part of the deal. I mean, my motivation has been to take you on a joyride.
So, the end game of this, who do you think learned stick shift first in the Comanche? Me or Evelyn?
Boy, I think Evelyn's going to pick it up quickly.
I do too, and I don't think I'm going to. I think we're more likely to me smacking the brake, trying to shift it into park, and getting out of the truck and saying I'm done.
It's all right, because currently, as you know, it has the BA510 transmission, the Peugeot transmission, kind of a piece of crap. I'm hoping to upgrade to the AX15 with an external slave cylinder. So the BA510 if you give it the business and it explodes, you're kind of doing me a favor.
So I don't think I can get away. You know what?
I'm going to give you...
Probably even afterward.
I'm going to give you a 10-minute... This is going to happen.
Okay.
A 10-minute heads up.
Yeah, I'll hit the punch-out button. I'll be waiting in the driveway for you with bells on.
When I know that the time is getting close,
yeah.
you'll get a little bit of a heads up because you're going to get a very generic text from me saying like, so what are you guys up to today?
Yeah. I actually would prefer it if you would just drop in like a code word that we decide.
Okay. What do you want it to be?
I don't know, like maybe Manchi landing, and I know that's my 10-minute warning. You know?
That's not really a code word. That's kind of...
Well, you're telling me what it is, which is kind of what I'd appreciate. So I don't have to guess about this.
I think we need to come up with a new... It needs to be something real covert.
Okay. I think we need to do something, someone or something is landing.
Maybe just quack.
Okay. If I see a text with quack...
You have to reply... quack.
Yeah, of course.
To confirm that you are at your house.
Right. Quack, quack, quack.
Or that you are ready, no matter where. It's like, say you're at the grocery store.
Sure.
You have to reply with quack.
Yeah.
And then the address of where you are.
Okay, because you're going there.
I'm going there.
Okay. Perfect.
And you keep an eye out for a half red, half black Comanche. Chances are there's not going to be a seat for you to sit on.
Okay, so you have to stand.
I'm going to grab a couple of pillows off the couch.
You know what?
You just hop in.
And maybe this is me just asking too much. I would be happy, thrilled beyond belief, to just wait for 80% completion to take my inaugural ride in the Manchi. If you'd be willing, I'd be happy to oblige and wait my turn until there's seats, doors or panels or whatever you call them.
There are currently doors.
Makes it sound like that might change.
Look, everything is always
in flux.
This is a fluid situation here.
I would be happy to wait.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you do that. Not going to let you do that because once I get it running,
as you know, my joy for you by seeing a 40% done Jeep.
You know how I am with vehicles. They are always on borrowed time. I may get this thing running and decide I don't need to finish this. Somebody else can finish it up for me.
Yeah, sell it at a break even.
Send it down the river.
Yep.
Oh, there's no chance I'm breaking even on this one. This will be the first vehicle I've ever lost money on.
So you're actively taking a loss.
And it's going to make up for all the vehicles that I've made a profit
combined. But in fairness, your goal with this was never resale. Nope. So I don't mean to propagate the idea that you're losing money on this.
No.
You lost money the second you bought it because it's a vehicle you want to buy and keep.
I think I got a fine deal on it.
Well,
I got
an okay lost
deal
money, meaning you spent money.
Yeah.
You were never going to recoup that from any method because you had no intention to resell.
As of right now, there is no plan to sell. Yeah. Now, if I get this thing running and it's driving good and it's my nice reliable go to Home Depot truck on the weekends to buy plywood, and somebody in the parking lot says, "I'll give you $30,000 for that," sure, it's gone.
Right.
But if somebody says, "I'll give you $6,000 for it," no, it's not gone.
Really?
No.
Wow, because we're not getting into the numbers. That's nobody's business.
I paid $2,000 for it.
But would 6, not including your time, which you don't want to put a dollar amount on any, but that's weird. That would cover you plus a profit.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Just because of the time and the space it's taken up in your garage for multiple years.
I like it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
So we're still there?
Like, let's relate it to comic books.
The lottery ticket goes up an extra 100 points.
Say you're $300 into a comic and somebody offers you $350 for it.
Right. Is it worth it?
Probably not.
Right.
By the time you package it up, ship it to them, make sure it gets there. Like, okay, you have $50 now. What are you going to, how's that going to change your life?
Sure.
Are you going to immediately invest that into your IRA or 401k or something?
Right. I mean, it's profit, but it's nothing that you...
Right.
Nothing that is worth the investment that you had in it.
I think that say by the time the truck is on the road and running reliably and I have $5,000-6,000 into it, if somebody comes up to me and says, "I'll give you $10,000 for it,"
sure,
maybe, but 20, yes. See you later.
Yeah,
gone.
Right. That much of a difference, and that is a big difference.
It's not just a as I've talked about many times, like a vehicle for me is not just a get in it, drive it to work, drive it home.
Yeah.
It's more than that. I enjoy it.
Right.
It's so yeah, I have a video of that my buddy shot of me sitting on a bucket, turning the key and having it start for the first time in 2 years. And like, that's corny to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, this is awesome.
You got it. You got
started, especially because we hit a point where we were stumped. Mm-hmm. Something like normally when you turn the key, you hear the fuel pump kick on. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't doing that. And for a half hour, we're crawling all over the thing. What do you got, Kyle?
Did you plug it in?
Yeah, it was plugged in. But
that didn't do it?
But of all the stupid reasons,
oh no,
that this stupid thing was not turning on,
oh no,
is because the taillight wasn't connected.
Oh god. So you're telling me that this generation of Jeep vehicle, which people regard as a vehicle that holds its value throughout generations, had a quirk built into it. That if a taillight was disconnected, you could not start the vehicle.
You want to screw over any 80s and 90s Comanche or Cherokee? Pop the driver's side taillight out and cut that little black wire. And it won't run. It will not run, yeah.
Didn't they try something like that with seat belts in the 70s to where, I don't know if it was a weight sensor, but if the belt was not buckled, your car would not start.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. It would work. I guess,
it was one of those things that lasted. We talked about this a while ago, daylight saving time, where all people say, twice a year people care about.
Yeah.
That's it. And
yep.
People act like their lives are being upended. Mm-hmm. And then you read a news story that, we did this in the 70s. They tried it for 3 months and everybody hated it. So they switched it back the next year.
Yeah.
The seatbelt thing sounds like it was something similar to that.
Sure.
So they replaced it with a taillight connection.
A taillight fuel pump cutoff. Boy, this is a lot more talk about Comanches.
Right, and I have two questions to bring us
That's why
back.
I think that I might have to launch the Manchi Monday podcast.
You got nothing but time. I have two questions to wrap this up and bring it back to center here. First one being, I asked you, it was a while ago, we were talking about that you've been pretty consistently working on vehicles. I mean, in general, your whole life, tinkering here and there.
Yeah,
but
it started in high school with Bob.
That's right.
We started putting...
Bob Time Bob was a big help with the murder Jeep, if I remember right.
He was, He flew out here.
Right.
I paid to fly him out here for the weekend.
You needed the help.
Yeah. I imported my personal mechanic.
Yeah, and I was too busy.
Yeah.
So you had to go to the backup.
Yep.
Had to call Bob.
Bob came out on a Friday night, and by Sunday morning, we were driving the Jeep.
That's right.
And,
two bros and a bunch of beers.
Yeah.
Just working away in the garage. Just a bunch of grease on the elbows. And
you mock it.
I'm not mocking it. No.
I know. But like a lot of people would mock that
and
think that it sounds like a miserable weekend, but it's one of it is such a good memory for me.
Yeah, I spent hours at a comic convention walking the hallways of that. So
I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, and you see progress. You see progress with that too, which is important, right? It'd be different if you just ended up sitting in the garage stumped by a taillight sensor,
right?
Not allowing your new Jeep to start.
What, the best part about that whole thing last night was I was the one that solved the issue, because I remember I've read so much about Comanches in the last couple of years,
right?
What the common problems are, and everyone always says like, "Oh, check the ground wire behind the taillight."
Sure.
And it popped in my head, and I thought, "I bet that's it." And Ben was like, "No chance." 5 minutes later, I had just a little wire set up. It. Touched it to the ground wire, or touched it to the chassis of the vehicle, and all of a sudden, zzz,
wow!
You hear the fuel pump kick on. I was like, "Ha! I have fixed it." But yeah, I got into it back in high school when Bob had a 66 Mustang.
Sure.
Which is an awesome car. I had a crappy 86 Pontiac 6000, which is
we've talked about that as well.
Lame car.
Yeah.
He was like,
we posted the picture of it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, "Hey, I'm going to put a car stereo in my Mustang." And I was like, "That's awesome." I helped.
Oh, God, this is a piece of crap.
It was such a disaster. We had so many failures trying to do that stuff, but we were instantly hooked, and we wanted to keep doing that.
But that thing lasted from 1982 to 1991.
Yeah, the 6000. You looking at the...
This thing screams 80s. Like, if I'm watching a movie and you don't know, like, you don't even know the title, you know nothing about it, but they open in on a shot coming down a cityscape, right? Maybe a street.
It's full of 6000s.
And you see the street side parked with Pontiac 6000s as far as the eye can see.
6000s, Bonnevilles,
yes,
Grand Prix, Grand Ams.
Yep.
That was, I would say, 80% of the parking lot at my high school. That and Cavaliers.
And then who would have guessed? 15 years later, Pontiac wouldn't be no longer. But again, the two questions to bring us back here.
What do you got?
Seeing as you've been, I'm not saying that there's a finish line or a light at the end of the tunnel, but this thing is, the Comanche is near operational or is operational.
Yeah.
At that point, you're going to be doing a lot of it's more cosmetic items, right?
Yeah.
Because you'll have a functioning vehicle, nothing that you could probably or want to take out on a highway or a road to go somewhere.
No, but I mean, like I said, the ultimate goal for this thing has always just been my around town weekend vehicle. I need to pick up 10 2x4s. I don't want to have to worry about shoving them in, my wife's Subaru.
Right.
So I have a vehicle with a bed now.
Yeah.
I can just head over to Home Depot or Lowe's, throw them in there.
So you're comfortable saying now in hindsight that the scooter wasn't fit for that?
The scooter was not. No, I
miss it. It would have been nearly scoot season right now, too.
I have a possible update that I cannot talk about here.
Hold it.
But I will talk to you off air about.
So the question I have then is, you've been pretty consistent in doing this for so long, whether it be the Murder Jeep, then Second Chance Jeeps, where you rebuilt one with Chris Seinel and Ryan Young, and now the Comanche. So now that there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, let's say later this summer you have this thing to where you want it, you're going to pay to have it painted, whatever, right? It's almost done. Are you then going to bring back Second Chance Jeeps? Are you going to find another Comanche to rebuild and then maybe go into the idea we talked about? Hey, I could buy these for $1,000 to $2,000. Maybe now that you know a lot of the tricks and hits about it, and then resell them for a small profit.
Probably not another Comanche, but definitely another Wrangler, another Jeep. I know enough about them,
like a modern one. You're saying, so
like
buy
the Murder
a salvage
Jeep.
one type of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
that is that's been a plan. Honestly, the thing that holds me up from doing that is the space. I just don't have the space for it.
Yeah, you have a 2-stall garage.
Yeah, we have a. Ever since we moved into the house, Annette has said, like, man, I love this house, but I would love it if the kitchen was a little bit bigger. And so that's always kind of been our long-term plan, is eventually to bump that kitchen wall out a bit. In doing so, we could add a third stall to the garage, but it would be in the back of the garage. So basically,
which for you, for working on a vehicle, is fine, right?
Yeah, so we'd have a 2-stall garage from the front, but one side would be like too deep.
So you'd be talking about getting rid of the at one point temporary recording home of this podcast.
Yeah, the screened in porch, the sunroom, whatever you want to call it.
And then that would be garage or kitchen.
Yeah, part of it would be kitchen, part would be garage.
Wow. Okay. So, but just easing all the fears of those Second Chance Jeeps fans.
Oh, don't worry.
The Comanche will not be the end.
Don't worry.
It'll be back in some different form.
I still have hours and hours worth of videos that need to be edited together.
Well, let me do a quick check here and see if the fans have been satiated. Yeah.
I meant to post like so many times this week.
I mean, they're looking for the tent.
I know.
They're looking for that tent. Follow back. No, thank you. Second Chance Jeeps on Instagram.
I did not expect a half hour of Comanche
that
content.
Is... Oh! I'm glad I looked at this. Happy 2-month anniversary since the last time Steve posted.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to that channel, though.
Yeah.
More stuff coming.
More tent.
Sometime.
More tent soon. On the way.
Soon.
On the way. I will, if I roll it out of the garage, if I drive it out of the garage today, which I plan to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to set up my camera on a little tripod.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull right over it.
It's like a coming home video. Like the dramatic entrance.
Right.
Comanche getting pulled over a camera.
Yeah, maybe I'll play that, what's that song? Is it like Philip Phillips? I'm coming home.
That I mean, there's
that's not Philip
P. Diddy, the P. Diddy version.
Oh, yeah, I should play the P. Diddy version.
Yes, that's what you need to do. And then just step out of the car, like, with a loud foot stomp. But it's not like Mike a Jordan shoe or something. It's like you wearing a Sketcher.
That'll be me and my Sperry's. My lawn cutting Sperry's.
And your blue jeans. So it's not nearly as cool, but just as dramatic, right?
Yeah.
The second question I had then, because listen, you're not a night owl.
No.
So that time of night, even if you haven't had a drink, when you're at kind of our age and you're not used to that, you a little punch drunk watching the movie? Did it hit a little more for you?
Okay, so
about
we're
Thor?
back to Thor. I didn't notice that. Like I watched it, it seemed like, I didn't notice anything weird about it or anything. The only issue I had was like the last 10 minutes. I was like, whoa.
You're dozing.
Okay,
yeah.
But luckily with that movie, it's already everything's already kind of happened at that point.
Right. That's it's more of a wrap up there.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of hanging on for the deleted scene or the
post credit scene.
scenes.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
But
But yeah, I was surprised. I mean, obviously we'll get to more of it in depth in a little bit.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I had no idea that Jeff Goldblum played a part in the MCU at all.
Yes. Names that you would not think that are there, and I'm really glad you mentioned it. I don't like being that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Enough already.
Of Goldblum?
Not of Goldblum himself. Goldblum is an interesting dude.
He definitely is.
Right?
Yeah.
He has that Disney Plus show where he goes and, I don't know, goes places and says, wow, a lot, right? I think that's what the show is called. Wow, a lot.
Wow with Jeff Goldblum.
But the internet, and I can't quite piece together why,
they love him.
Has this fascination with Goldblum.
Well, it's like Goldblum. It's
Nick Cage.
Bill Murray.
Oh,
my! Like that too.
Enough with Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. I kind of reached peak Bill Murray when all the stories came out about like Bill Murray shows up at a frat party and does the dishes and then leaves.
Yeah. Oh, Bill Murray crashed a wedding and took a shot of tequila.
Right. Like you can't just do that.
We would be asked to leave.
Yeah. We would absolutely be asked to leave if we just showed up at a wedding.
Right. Is there a circumstance where we wouldn't?
I mean, if we were invited.
Okay.
Is that our new goal?
I think so.
All right.
I think we need to get... Right. I want to be invited to a wedding.
Anybody out there, any podcast fans getting married.
Yes.
We will... Look.
I'll go.
You invite me or Kyle. We will bring the other one as a plus one.
Yep.
And we will have a hell of a time.
I got to tell you, here
I'm going to give a speech.
Yes, we only have a few demands.
I mean, obviously, I'm giving a speech. I'm getting my pictures taken with every one of your old relatives.
That's right.
In the photo booth with like big glasses or Thor's hammer or something like that, or maybe the Hulk's like green gloves.
That's right. Yeah, I have those very same photos on my refrigerator right now of me and Brother Mike.
Yeah.
There's a set with me and Brother Mike, and I believe it was Doug was in those photos. Yep. Love it. Listen, we will bring the life to your party. So the demands are we're going to need to officiate.
Okay. So we have to, you have to be ordained for that, right?
Oh, I'm not doing that.
I would do that.
You would?
I would get ordained by, you can go online and just fill out a couple of questionnaires or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll get ordained by like the Cheeseburger Church or something.
So can I just be the T-Pain to your, where I'm just in the back going like yelling, yeah!
Say it, Steve.
Uh-huh.
All right, that is our offer to you.
Please make us the Bill Murray to your wedding.
Preferably, you will be getting married somewhere geographically convenient for us, somewhere in the Midwest within, 5-hour drive?
Oh, no.
1 hour drive?
You now have
our
to
hometown?
Be married in the home of the Steve and Kyle podcast, Van Wert, Ohio.
What was that, a 3-hour drive?
Yeah, I think it was about 3.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do about getting a congratulations on the billboard that you and I once graced.
I will foot the bill personally for a billboard that says Van Wert's sons are coming home to officiate Stan and Marley's wedding.
Right. People who haven't listened to the podcast, but their dumb friend made them.
That would be amazing. We, of course, one of our other demands will be that we get to ride in the limo with the bridal party. So when we're getting pictures taken, all of us in the bridal party.
The party.
Yeah. We have to stop by the billboard to get our picture.
Yeah. And then another, I'm sorry to just add it to the rider. We're going to need you to zip up to Convoy so we can pull into that one bar we stopped into to see if our poster is still there.
Yeah. And, of course, we have to be, I mean, look, you got to put us up in a hotel or something. 2 rooms, obviously.
Yeah,
Suites.
yeah. Listen, we're not in our 15s anymore, 20s. We're not saving a few bucks.
We want to stay in Van Wert's finest hotel.
I think this is... I would be interested in going to a listener's wedding.
I would absolutely do it.
Mingling with their friends and family. Yeah. Stealing the microphone whenever we feel like because we're the stars.
That's right. Oh, have a pre-prepared speech that basically Mad Lib style where we just fill in your names every so often.
That's right. And then again...
Look, ever since Stan and Marley met at the carnival in 1986...
Uh-huh.
We knew that they'd be together forever.
What?
Okay.
Now I'm Little John.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, that's just a dream. So if you're getting married or know someone getting married who listens to this very podcast, please, invite us.
I don't think that's too much to ask, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Look, we give you so much. Let us give you a wonderful wedding.
Right. We need to get to the polls this weekend.
Do we have a bunch of them.
Oh, my gosh. I think we're at least 3 weeks back or 2 weeks back. I think I'm just scrolling. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to go back and read our Earth Day polls. I think that's how far back we are.
Okay.
So we'll start there. By the way, and just thinking the polls reminded me, we need to post, Steve. We need to get photos of our awards posted for our listeners to see those as just very proud of those.
Do you want to get to the polls? Do you want to get to, we also have some mail that you want to open up?
How could I forget? Okay. Steve, please hit the mail song.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
1, 2, 3. All right, what do you got over there?
That song would suck if I only did it twice.
Or 4 times? Too much.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's self-indulgent. Yeah. Steve?
What do you got?
You know what day it is?
Is it Money Day? Billy Stacks.
Hit that sounder, baby.
Billy Stacks coming through in the clutch with our...
It is Money Day.
All right.
It is that time of month where you and I start raking in the dough. Mm-hmm. The big buccarinos.
Yeah, Billy Stacks paying for that tent.
The dollars. Yep, that's right. This tent ain't free. Huh!
Did they up it?
Steve.
What do we got?
Do you have the breaking news sounder for me?
No.
Hit one of those things.
Hold on. It could be this one, that one. No, maybe this one. Hold on. What about this one? Okay, that's the urban one. What do we got?
It is official. In the month of May 2022.
Is this our last payment?
Our friend, boy, I should check. Our dear friend, Billy Stacks. William J. Stackman himself.
Billy Stacks of cash.
Has included in the memo line, voluntary fee adjusted for inflation.
Whoa!
And Money Day just got more money.
Oh, boy. What do we got?
Steve, we got $6.
Oh, that's
Billy, I am thrilled you got a raise at work and you decided to pass that along to us.
Voluntary fee adjusted for inflation, $6. Boy. All right. Going back to what we were just talking about, the officiating wedding.
Yep.
You got to invite Billy Stacks, too. He's our third.
Listen, Billy's paid his dues, literally.
He's paying us
so
dues.
We're going to need a +2.
Okay.
Because Billy needs to come with
He's got to bring his wife.
That's right. Steve, you know what day it is?
Is it Money Day?
Money Day!
All right.
This is from our dear friend, Trevor.
Boy, Trevor,
now to Nashville.
The bar has been set by Billy Stacks. I can only assume that Trevor will do the same and adjust it for inflation.
That's right. And as we all know, Trevor is not in Nashville. Is
Dixon.
Dixon or Burns, however you want to refer to it.
No boy.
A total side note, Steve.
Okay.
What did stamps just go up to, cost wise?
You know, I what are they? 58 cents or something?
Okay.
59 cents, maybe. Is it?
Trevor sent the payment.
Okay. Am I going to be disappointed by this?
Maybe the old 401k is taking a hit.
Oh boy.
Trevor sent us the monthly payment, Steve, for 54 cents.
Huh.
To get that,
boy, it really...
get that down slide whistle we haven't used since I told the story about my heart boo boo.
Boy, it really, it really adds to the insult when the pay line says 0 and 54 out of 100.
So less than the stamp that the bank had to put on there to send it.
Please direct any questions to.
Yeah, we will.
They got a phone number.
We will. Hey, did you send this? Can you call Trevor and have him correct?
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Thank you, Trevor.
Well, one person did the right thing. Thank you, Billy.
We will. Maybe that's the dividend from a stock he has.
Right.
His GameStop crashed again.
Okay.
Right. Steve, we got another piece of mail.
What do we got?
This is from a friend in Maine.
Okay.
Southern Maine. You were just there, Steve.
I was, yeah.
A couple of weeks ago. Lovely area, right?
It's a beautiful area.
By the way,
that is an area that I really want to go back to
just to visit.
When I have like a week just to explore there. So nice.
Really quick interjection. We are still looking for someone in New Jersey, in the New Jersey area.
Yeah. Garden
to hold
State.
the Kyle Fathead at the live show there on June the 3rd. That is 2 weeks away. The week after Memorial Day. Is it the Friday after Memorial Day?
Yeah, it's a Friday. Yeah, Friday, June 3rd. The show minus me will be at where are we going to be?
Who cares?
River Rock Restaurant and Marina Bar in Brick.
That is a week and a half away. If you are willing to do that, please send us a message ASAP so we can get that thing from the bowels of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan to you in the New Jersey area. Please, please, so you can represent the podcast at all. But from our friend in Maine, Steve, we got, looks like a letter.
What do we got?
Okay, let me open it's handwritten. Wow.
Is that Dave by any chance?
It is not. It's from, it looks like it's signed from our name, from Debbie.
Okay.
Hello. I hope you are still accepting stickers for the Steve and Kyle podcast studio wall. Of course. Not just for you, Debbie, but for everybody. Yes, of course. Yeah. We have a lot of wall, and if we got too many, I'm happy to expand.
We do, yeah. I mean, this room's got 4 walls.
A lot of them. I mean, we never sold the bricks we were supposed to.
We got the 2 up there.
That's right, the stressed bricks. If so, here's my addition. A pixel rendition of Moss from the IT crowd and his trademark quote.
Okay.
Enjoy. Is that something that
I do not?
makes sense to you?
I know of the IT crowd, but I do not.
Okay.
I'm not familiar enough with the show.
Love you guys, Debbie. This is the
Debbie.
point. This is the point. Not everything we are going to understand. We're looking to introduce the flavor of different areas and different sections of the people who listen to this podcast to the sticker wall. So we have a pixel rendition of a person with a quote bubble saying, "I am a giddy goat."
And that is going to fit perfect in between
we were just
Saddleback
talking about.
And Respect the Locals.
Steve, would you care to do the honors as always? So we add to the sticker wall. Again, if you are looking to make your area, your fanhood of maybe something particular to you or to your area known, you're welcome to include it in the sticker wall. The mailing address, which I believe we just had someone reach out to us as well. Yep. You can DM us for it as well. It is also in the show notes of every episode. If you keep scrolling past all of the mumbo jumbo, you'll see want to send us something, then the P.O. box address that Steve checks about once a week if Josh Reed doesn't break the key off in the lock. And ban him.
I think we need to post an updated picture of the sticker wall.
Yeah, we should. We'll post that, and then we'll post the awards as well this week. Stay tuned to social media for those photos.
Oh, man. That looks so nice. And it fits perfectly in there.
Right.
Thank you very much to Debbie in Maine for passing that along. So do you want to get to...
Let's do the polls.
Yeah, we got to recap the polls.
Yes, we do.
Because we got a lot of them.
Time to see how wrong everyone else is. It's poll recap time. Find the polls at Steve and Kyle on Twitter.
Thank you, Melissa.
Steve, I am just going to go back. I think third week in April is probably the last time we have done it. If these are repeats, I apologize.
That's
just
right.
Please enjoy Steve and I's surprise at what we talked about like it's the first time. Is it fair to not want to make eye contact with someone who wants used leaves? When you were doing we had thought
No
Facebook Marketplace giveaway, you didn't know of anything off the top of your head, you'd be happy to give away some leaves from your backyard.
Thrilled.
95% of the audience said yes, it is fair.
Okay.
Is it weird to want a puppet of yourself? We wanted we wanted puppets of ourselves.
Why?
I don't know. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
Still does. 67% of the audience said yes. I disagree. I don't think that's weird.
Yeah.
Is it
Totally
okay to
normal.
throw away your kids' crappy artwork?
Absolutely.
78% of the audience said yes. How many pieces of kids' artwork do you need to keep at one time on the fridge? Your options were 0, 1 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 plus.
Boy.
Tied with 12.8% of the vote each, both 3 to 5 and 6 plus came in last.
Wow. Okay.
I would argue I have more than that right now.
Do you really?
Yeah. In second place, I'm sorry, with 19% of the vote, 0. And the winner with more than 55% of the vote, Steve. 1 to 2 at a time.
All right.
Of your kids' artwork on the fridge. So please, everybody, abide by those poll results, which are binding.
This is law.
Yeah. Is it mean to want to get rid of your toddler's artwork? 75% of the audience
we were really
said
stuck
no.
on this.
Yeah,
weren't we?
yeah. Does Earthman drop off gifts on Earth Day? 72% of the audience said yes.
Oh, that's right. Earth Day, where that was when me and Evelyn celebrated by
You were going to go
putting
wrap
ribbons
yellow
on-
ribbons around trees.
to signify which ones need to be cut down.
Is Chainsaw Steve the ultimate nemesis of Earthman? 86% of the audience said yes. Stay tuned for that next year for Poll Badness. Mm-hmm. Scrolling past. You see, okay. Is it good for nature to thin the tree herd once in a while?
Yeah, you got to let them breathe.
98% of the audience said yes. I think that's a record. I think based on that has to be a top 3 seed in the poll bracket, just the way it dominated its opponent.
Definitely, yeah.
Does the General Postmaster take pride in oversized mailboxes? 80% of the audience said yes.
What?
Do postal workers get excited about new zip codes? 64% of the audience said yes. Is there always a Grandma Gert mailing a 30-pound box of molasses to Malaysia?
Grandma Gert?
Yeah.
Why is she mailing molasses to
I think
Malaysia?
you're in line at the post office and there's a Grandma Gert in front of you. Just shipping a 30-pound box of molasses to Malaysia. 85% of the audience said yes.
Okay. All right.
Is Smells Like a Carnival an intriguing flavor profile? That's going back to our dabble into the bourbon cask, whatever it was, tea up there that
tea.
our friend Jeff Green sent us.
Harney and Sons Fine Teas Black Cask Bourbon.
55% of the audience said yes.
Okay.
Did you have a sticker of Calvin peeing on a car logo on your car?
Yes, I did.
95% of the audience said no.
Really?
Yeah, you were...
I was in the minority there.
Yeah, real shocker. You never had sex. That was the instant turnoff, right? Like if you're going on a date and you're picking up a girl in your 1986 Pontiac 6000, and on the back is cartoon Calvin, illegally pirated because they never distributed that on a Chevy logo. And you're like, she sees it and points out, you go, yeah, hate Chevys, man.
That would have been a conflict of interest. Yeah.
What are you doing on a boat?
Wait, that's the poll question? What are you doing on a boat?
In last place, with 2.3% of the vote, was flying. Third place, with 9.1% of the vote was driving. Second place with 43.2% of the vote
now I understand.
was riding. The winner with 45.5% of the vote, Steve, on. That feels super anticlimactic when you read it that way.
That, of course, was our conversation about how do you reference, like you drive a car.
Yes. And again, your options were riding, driving, flying,
or on.
And on was the winner. Does any tattoo you get have to be Wong from Doctor Strange on your inner thigh?
Got me. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm dying.
62% of the audience said yes. Did anyone ever actually have a Prince Albert piercing?
No.
54% of the audience claim yes.
I think it's all urban legend.
Yeah.
It's all, because nobody will ever say, yeah, I got one.
Yeah,
it's
always see it?
Your guy that I knew.
Scrolling up, scrolling past. Oh, yes, Letterkenny Live. Again, the only program I'd be willing to pay to see live. Anything else is a waste. Caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
With 54% of the audience vote, caramel wins.
Well, I'm not surprised by that. We have a strong Midwest contingency here.
Right. Does 4-H stand for Horsery, Houses, Horticulture, and Ham? 73% of the audience said yes.
Good people.
Is it surprising that Steve's a fish guy? 54% of the audience said yes. Surprised by that.
It is. Every time we're at the local store, there's you go past the pet department.
Yeah.
If we got to pick up some dog food or something.
Oh, I thought you meant you were like looking in the tank, like I'm going to eat you, little Goldie.
No, I'm. So okay. This is fish like salmon.
Yeah, this is you talking about how you would. You put them in the tin foil on the grill and waited 13 hours to eat your salmon.
17 minutes. 17 minutes at $3.75. Now, I thought that this was in reference to, I think we've talked about it, how
I don't think so.
I want to get Evelyn a little fish tank.
Nope. Put that on the list. Put that on the docket.
We haven't talked about it yet.
I think it's going to wait till you get to have the flush down the toilet conversation.
Now, those things all look the same. Like, yeah, he's just sleeping.
No, he was red yesterday. He's purple. It's a changing fish. It's like an iguana. Is the best way to eat a hot dog charred? It's a big one for me.
Oh, God, no. Again, you eat everything wrong.
With 54% of the vote. Kyle is vindicated.
Oh,
yes.
God, a bunch of animals listen to this podcast.
Do you need to put some salmon on a bun with pickles?
Okay. A salmon dog?
74% of the audience said no.
Huh.
That would be more innovative. Would you read a Steve and Kyle cookbook?
If this isn't 100%.
Where, again, one recipe would then be you eloquently making your, grandmom's meatloaf. And then the next one is a picture of me with black hot dogs on a grill.
Or a ham sandwich.
Or a ham sandwich with mustard on it. 66% of the audience said yes.
It's not as high as it should be.
Did Kiss the Cook get Me Too'd? 67% of the audience said yes. Scrolling past. Last time I had tea. No, thank you. Dan Scheich and his stupid glass of wine. His birthday balloons. Hip hip hooray. Still don't know what he does. Does Hudson News scream local gift?
Yeah.
57% of the audience said yes.
We're getting into familiar.
So this is last week. We're almost done, I promise. Do you love a casino?
Of course.
54% of the audience said no. You're wearing your casino shirt today.
I am. Yeah, I got my casino shirt on right now.
Is a thick pencil a dumb person's pencil?
Yeah, because you hold it.
Yeah, you have to hold it like a buffoon. 76% of the audience said yes.
Okay.
Is a coaster a gift?
Absolutely a coaster.
67% of the audience said no.
Well, to a 2.5-year-old it is.
Now these, maybe you weren't exactly in tune with this one, but should Evelyn seek emancipation after getting a coaster as a gift?
Boy, I don't remember that one being announced.
Big conversation.
Going up on the poll.
Big conversation. 83% of the audience said yes, she should seek.
Okay. Boy, it's starting to get insulting.
Greener pastures elsewhere. Should Steve put a gift for Evelyn in the radio show rider for live shows? That goes back.
I still think that's a fantastic idea.
And when we officiate the wedding, it's in the rider as well.
Yeah.
So
Anytime I go away.
Yeah, 2 hotel rooms, 2 mics, an area to record some tent.
Look.
And then a gift for Evelyn.
I can't even begin to tell you how dead serious we are about this.
Yeah.
All kidding aside, I'll pay for my own hotel room.
Oh, no question.
Okay.
No question.
We will bring all of our gear.
Yeah. We're recording.
We're doing an episode in the hotel room, like before or after. I don't know. Do we have like a little post-wedding, like the after party?
Listen,
in our hotel room?
This is going to be a content palooza.
Okay.
Right. We're hosting parties. We're recording tent.
We do require that you pre-promote that we're going to be there, so that way.
Well, I'm not coming to a less than 100-person wedding.
Yeah.
If this is a small affair with family and friends, leave me out of it. Okay.
By the way, I'm walking in like I own the place.
No question. Hey, how you been? Nobody I've ever met, obviously.
All right. The one serious requirement: top shelf, open bar.
Okay, I was willing.
If you
to
don't
go
have
the
the
other
TSOB,
way. I was willing to go the other way and say
cash bar.
What am I, an animal? No, as long as there's beer and wine, I'll be fine. Which is, a saying you'd see on a T-shirt at
beer
a hillbilly bar.
I'll be fine, and then, like 2 thumbs,
2 thumbs pointing backward. Please, we need that on a shirt tomorrow.
Maybe with Lucky Billy.
I'm actually going to post that on the poll right now. Beer and wine, I'll be fine. Yes or no?
But you have to put trademarked by Steve and Kyle.
Sorry. TM by Steve and Kyle.
I want to do this so badly.
I do. Yes. I want to be at a listener's wedding, and again, walk around like we know everybody.
Look, we're gonna wear
extended family.
We're gonna get dressed up. I'm gonna have a suit on.
Yes. No jeans. No shorts.
Yeah.
You're getting the full gamut.
I'm shaving. Maybe we'll go and get we'll get haircuts at the same time, like the day before.
Yeah.
So we look our best.
They'll get trimmed up. I'll be done in about 8 seconds, and then I'll just.
They'll take the scissors and go snip,
and then I'll watch TV while you get this immaculate comb thing and hair color and whatever else you do,
like a lavender salt scrub.
Well, Steve, 87% of the audience thinks you should put that in the rider for your live shows.
I think it's a great idea. Local keychain.
Again, no more than $8.
God,
just make sure
that would be
it save you the time.
Because I could slip it in there. Nobody would be any the wiser.
And the one intern who has to go back, what? Got to go find a Harris, Michigan keychain. Do you hate a warm white? 55% of the audience said yes.
What was that?
Talking about your Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that I got some hate for that.
Yeah. Is the train on the mantle a Christmas staple?
Yes.
That's one thing you want to add to the eventual category for your Christmas setup. 58% of the audience, Steve, said yes, it is.
Yeah.
And that is finally the polls from the last month.
Man, that was a lot.
Yeah, listen, when we forget those, and I'm just sitting over here clacking away like a little bird,
I love recapping multiple weeks at the same time.
Yes, because there's nothing more surprising than what we've talked about that we don't remember.
I know. I don't remember it at all. But it is now time.
Oh, boy, we are up against it, too,
We are
Steve.
a good thing. This is going to be the quickest one we've ever done.
You remember how I teased a staple bit coming back at the start of this episode? It's not.
Not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Steve, I'm curious. This is a totally different vibe. So I have been waiting with eager anticipation for your official review of 2017's Thor Ragnarok.
Guys, Thor's in a cage. The fireman is holding him hostage. He busts out. He's got to stop Ragnarok. Whatever the hell that is. Loki pretends to be Odin. They find the real Odin in Norway with the help of Doctor Strange. Odin dies, flies away in like a little mist. Turns out he had a daughter too, Hela, who was a real badass. She shows up once Odin dies, destroys Thor's hammer. Mind blown. Thor ends up in a Mjolnir. Thor ends up in a trash world, gets kidnapped by some girl named Scrapper 142. She takes him to see Jeff Goldblum, who is the Grand Master. If you fight his champ, you get your freedom back. Okay,
Yes.
Hela used to be Odin's go-to ass kicker, but then she got too powerful and he banished her. Get out! Hulk is back! He's the champ!
Oh,
He didn't die? What the hell? I thought he was, I thought Thor is about to...
that was it, man. You were
close.
at, like, I think the third marker of the movie. Like,
Yeah.
the 1/3 marker.
Don't worry.
I thought you had it.
Don't worry. I'm going to get it. Okay.
30 seconds.
So Hulk is back. He's the champ. He didn't die. Thor's about to win in a fight against Hulk. But then Goldblum zaps him with a remote control. Now Hulk and Thor are roommates. Thor and Banner, back from being the Hulk after like 2 years, and Scrapper 142 team up to escape the trash planet and get back to Asgard through the Devil's Anus. Loki does what Loki does and attempts to capture Thor and surrender him to Goldblum. Doesn't work out for him. Sorry, Loki. Thor and Hela fight. Banner turns into the Hulk and fights Hela's big wolf thing on the Rainbow Road. They go and get the fire antlers and bring back the fire guy. They save all of the people from Asgard, but Asgard's in really rough shape.
Yeah,
Destination Earth.
Oh.
And that was 2017's Thor Ragnarok.
Hey, maybe the quickest one ever.
Mm-hmm.
Under a minute.
Yeah, under a minute. Did it.
So this Thor movie
Yeah.
was different in its tone, in its imagery, its color. It was brighter and much more humor-based, right? I don't remember, outside of a few random quips, and maybe Thor 1 when he throws the beer glass on the ground when he's on Earth because he's not familiar with Earth. But it's not meant to be humor. This is a mix of comedy and humor.
But I mean, Thor is kind of a sarcastically funny character, so the beginning of it kind of surprised me when he was like all chained up and like he's funny, he's legitimately funny, and the scene where he's talking to who is the fire guy? What's his name?
Oh boy, I forget.
Something.
I watched this. Yeah.
But he Thor's hanging there in the chains and he spins, so he's not facing him. He's like,
wait,
give me a second,
around.
hold on, coming around, spins around. They start talking again. Yeah, it definitely had a funnier feel to it, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, it was, like I said, I started watching it at 11 o'clock last night. Didn't finish until 1 or 2 or something. And but yeah, I was a little worried about this one. I'll be honest,
because you didn't mind the previous two Thors. They were. I would argue you wouldn't put them on among your favorites. Oh man, how did I lose I had the review sheet. I can go through and actually remind everybody what you exactly thought of Thor and Thor: The Dark World. Thor 1, it's a little too sci-fi for me. Mm-hmm. And Thor: The Dark World, I started off hating it, but it wasn't that bad. So kind of reversed there. 'Cause Thor: The Dark World is regarded as one of the worst entries in the Marvel Universe.
Okay. All right. Well, that doesn't really surprise me.
But the music, the bright colors, the humor. This was a Taika Waititi film he is now regarded as one of the more innovative and different filmmakers around, and he's now doing the new Thor, Love and Thunder, which comes out in 2 months.
These movies, if there's one thing I can say they nail every time, it's the soundtrack. And when they're
great.
Like the two Zeppelin songs that were used in this, they are amazingly placed and so perfect.
I think a lot of it goes to be said of the budget as well. I mean, a lot of small movie studios probably can't afford to license Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or like all of those songs that James Gunn wanted from the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2.
Yep.
Disney's okay with paying a licensing fee for something. They could probably just buy the song in perpetuity if they felt like it because they're so rich. I loved Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Okay? The return of Hulk, watching them team up. I don't know, did you mention, I zoned out there, the eye being removed.
Yeah, he lost his eye.
Right.
Bummer.
So, handsome Thor, still incredibly handsome, just
he got a haircut and everything.
He did, against his
by
will.
Stan Lee.
Oh, tremendous stuff, Steve. I'm curious, your final thoughts and your review. 2017, Taika Waititi directed Thor Ragnarok.
Man, oh man. Lots and lots of space.
There was the more I think about it, yeah, I mean, Asgard and Earth in Thor 1 and 2 that is what it is, right? You take the Bifrost, or as you call it, the Rainbow Bridge.
Rainbow Bridge, yeah. It's where all the dead pets go, and it's how you get from one realm to another.
Yep, Thor zips past all Rufuses that are floating around to get home.
Yep. Home.
And... but yeah, this one is a little bit different. You talked about it. He's going to different literally trash planets with sandworms and things.
Yeah.
So you're right. Man, oh man, lots and lots of space before I cut you off.
But somehow I didn't hate it.
In
fact, I think I liked it.
Wow. All right.
I'm going to give it a job well done.
Hey, okay, so I have to put in like a asterisk next to a thumbs up. A thumb up. Job well done. Okay. All right. Hey, we're absolutely tearing through this Marvel universe right now.
I really liked it.
And you are on an incredible positive streak.
What, 6 in a row, I think I've
positive,
I've
yeah.
enjoyed?
Let me see. Ever since Guardians of the Galaxy 1, which was the 10th movie, Avengers Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Homecoming, Ragnarok. That's 7 in a row with glowing reviews.
Yeah.
My question to you as we move on to the next film, Black Panther, film 18.
Yeah.
In the Marvel Universe, which you have seen, so this will be your very first rewatch.
Yeah, my first rewatch was the initial Iron
Man.
Iron Man.
Got
I almost said Anchorman. Is Anchorman part of the MCU?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Will Ferrell zips around. My question to you: are you looking forward to these now? Are you thinking on like Tuesday, like, oh man, Black Panther week, or even if it's next week, Avengers Infinity War week? I wonder what happens.
It depends on the week. Some weeks it's like this week. It was like, oh, this is kind of a chore.
See, I'm that way this week. I don't really want to rewatch Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
Oh, I liked it a lot. I think well enough.
Yeah.
I wasn't over the moon with it like a lot of people were, and I don't remember loving it like most people did.
The thing is, I vaguely remember the plot of it.
Yeah.
And so this would be what you would refer to as an origin story.
Correct. So we've seen Black Panther.
Yeah.
That was back in, I believe, Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
Where T'Challa's father, I believe T'Chaka, was killed in that bombing, which set off all of the whatever.
Yep.
So now this is I wouldn't even say origin story, because now it's T'Challa in power as Black Panther, facing a power struggle from all the factions in Wakanda.
Okay. Does anyone make an appearance in this? I forget. Anyone else?
Well, I don't remember.
Does Tony Stark show up or anything?
I want to say this is probably mostly secluded, but I would not be surprised if there was, an Avengers zipping by to say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Okay.
Hey, yeah, a wave as someone flies by the.
It's just like they're buying a hot dog at a hot dog cart.
But also important to say that Wakanda is secluded. When this movie starts, Wakanda is secluded in itself. I don't know if it's the force field, but nobody gets in to visit. It's not, a tourist nation. So that may go along with why nobody... The only reason he came out and became Black Panther when we did see him was because he thought Bucky had killed his father.
Sure. Yeah. So, I liked it. I really liked...
That's great.
I like the character of Thor. I think he's a fantastic character.
This is great news. We are rolling right now, and we are steamrolling. In 2 weeks, I'm hoping we get to it before the baby is born. Avengers Infinity War.
Okay, so I have Black Panther this week, Avengers Infinity War.
Yep.
Okay.
And
now,
then,
just as a heads up, there's going to be one kind of oddball episode coming up.
Right.
That's going to be, we're actually recording it right after we record this. That's probably going to come out the week that baby is born, because I'm not going to have the time nor the desire to come down here and record. So that will be an episode that does not have a Marvel movie review in it.
Right. We are currently up to August 16 to be current, and that is including Thor Love and Thunder, which comes out in July, which will be movie 29.
Have we determined I should be able to see that in theaters, right?
You should be able to see Thor Love and Thunder in theaters. That will be the 4th probably fourth week it'll be in theaters. So yeah, it'll still be in there. If you wanted to, you can get out and go see that in theaters.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That would be, maybe only the third one that I've actually seen in theater, because I saw Black Panther. I think I saw Iron Man in theaters
Back in 2008.
Yeah, probably.
You're going to be, and then at that point, you're going to be like the rest of us schlubs.
Just
waiting for the new ones.
Just waiting. So I've done my binge watch,
right?
And now I have to wait.
It's like how everybody felt, when if you watch Breaking Bad, when it was either just wrapping up or had wrapped up, everybody else had to wait weeks and years for the new episodes.
I remember watching 63 episodes in like 3 weeks.
That's right.
So
Sopranos the same way.
So once I'm caught up, are we going to continue to do this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
because it's going to be real difficult though, because I'm used to watching it with my remote, kind of like, okay, pause that for a minute, take a couple notes.
Right.
I don't want to have to sit at a movie theater and like...
Well, you wouldn't be able to take notes. You'd look like a real jackass.
Yeah.
If you're sitting in, row G with like a headlamp.
Yeah.
So you can write down 5 notes like, Black Panther plus that dude equal bad news.
That does sound like one of my reviews. Very well put. Very well put.
Oh, I'm very excited because I think this journey has made you a fan. It has had you.
It has.
Looking forward to seeing these.
Mm-hmm. When are you going to do something I like?
Like what? What movies you want? Listen, you want me to watch Rad next week and give a review on that? I'll do it.
I invited you to the.
I was so busy.
The movie you didn't show.
Listen, you pick something.
I gotta do a bunch of work to the Manchi today.
I thought I was gonna be like watching a movie.
No, man, we're putting in the old work.
Ugh.
Elbow grease.
I gotta mow the lawn and everything. And
oh, come on! Don't be that guy that mows the lawn on the weekend, dude. I've been trying to convert you to a Monday mower for years now. You become a Monday mower like me. Put this on the poll. Are you a Monday mower? You become a Monday mower. Your weekends are suddenly open.
I just do it when I have to. I'm on typically a 5 to 7 day cycle, depending on if there's rain.
It doesn't have to be Monday. You'd be a weekday mower, man. You'd be shocked at how much better you feel on the weekend. Going into the weekend knowing that you don't have to mow, while every other schlub is out there mowing.
I don't mind to mow. Do you mind to mow?
Do you mind the mow?
Do you mind the mow? I'll put that on there as well.
That might be the first time we've come up with 2 polls while the outro music.
Yeah, we're about to run out of bed.
All right, apologies to Robert. We lost him about 12 and a half minutes ago.
You didn't hear the review.
Yeah, I didn't get to it. All right, we will talk to you next week. Check out our social media at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There's a picture of the sticker wall, picture of our current, of the awards that we received in the mail a couple of weeks ago. Plus, we'll put the address in there, so if you want to send something for the sticker wall. Right. Greatly appreciated. Again, at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we will talk to you next week.
See ya.